Hey everybody, I'm John Granado, and that's Josh Jordan. You can hear us on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Have you hit subscribe yet? We want you all to get all of your Texans news right here. We talk about a lot of stuff, so hit subscribe right now so you get all of our content here at Sports Map Texans. Before the season started, a lot of excitement about Dameon Pierce in this Shanahan-style offense, but man, we're at week 14, and he really hasn't done anything. The best running games of the season were with Singletary. And, you know, the question is, and watching him on that outside zone, he just doesn't have that speed to get out there. Is Dameon Pierce the answer at running back in this offense?
It doesn't look like it right now. It's been a struggle all year with both guys, but I think part of it is they become a little predictable. Dameon Pierce hasn't caught more than one pass since week 3. So when he's on the field, the defense kind of knows they're just going to hand the ball off to him and they can crash in on that. Where with Singletary, they have to hold back a little bit because it could be a play action or it could be a screen or something like that. But I found it really interesting. The games that Pierce was out was the Bucs, the Bengals, and the Cardinals. Now, when we do the splits of the games where Dameon Pierce played and the ones he didn't, points per game. When Dameon Pierce played, 21. Without him, 30 points. Rushing yards with him, 91. Without him, 117. Passing touchdowns with him, 1.4. Without him, 2.7. It is a huge difference that he's having on the offense when you have a capable running game. And he went over 100 yards rushing in 2 out of 3 games without Dameon Pierce.
Now, I will say, though, that a lot of this has to do with it. We can't just blame Dameon Pierce. A lot of this has to do with the offensive line. It just seemed like, and maybe Singletary's hitting the hole better. Maybe Singletary is better at this type of offense, this zone scheme type offense, than Dameon Pierce is. Dameon Pierce is really a one-cut kind of guy, and maybe this isn't great for him. But the offensive line play has been really bad. And you know, CJ was under siege early on, then no running game at all. And then they broke open for a couple of games, but that's all they basically had through these 12 games is a couple of good running games, and that's it. And I don't know, we've seen Dameon Pierce getting hit behind the line of scrimmage a lot. And I don't know that we can totally put all of this on him.
No, it's not all on him, of course. But I just noticed that Dameon just kind of just runs it up the middle immediately and kind of doesn't even wait for his blocking to develop. Where, you know, Singletary's a little more patient. And last week, I mean, what Pierce had under 3 yards per carry, and I think Singletary was over 4, but Singletary had way less carries. So, and I know that happens sometimes when the change of pace guy, you know, does better than the main guy, but this is something that's been consistent all year. And this is a game here against the Jets where they only give up 40 more passing yards per game than they do rushing yards. It's much easier to run against the Jets on average over the season. The point spread's now down to 3.5, John, on my bookie. And it's the third lowest total of the week behind the Steelers and Patriots and Cleveland and Jacksonville. So I think they're going to have to win this game with defense, and they're going to have to run the ball, especially no Tank Dell. Sauce Gardner is going to be all over Nico. If they want to win this game, they got to get the running game going. I think Singletary's the key.
Yeah, one of the reasons that the running game might be that close to the passing game is you don't have to pass against the Jets to beat them, right? I mean, they're just so bad that you just run the football and you hold on to the ball because you've got a lead against them because their offense is so bad. So that might play into it a little bit. But, yeah, definitely they've got to run the football. And if they can't run the football and CJ can't throw the football, then it's definitely going to be upon the defense to win a game. The defense won the game for you last week, right?
Yep.
But that's rare. The defense is usually giving up those points at the end of games that are nail biters or losing you football games. So I really like the defense this week, though, against this team. Of course, you like it against Zach Wilson, but I could certainly see. I'm going to predict it right here and now. They're going to have a defensive score this week.
Ooh.
Defensive score for the Texans. I picked them up on my fantasy team, so that's why I said that.
I like it. And the weather's going to be bad, so that could definitely play into it too. So I think you're right. I think defense is going to play well. I'm looking for Stingley, Will Anderson to put up some more great performances.